Hey guys, welcome to GCT, where I read out the best stories on Reddit, so you don't have to. The funny, shocking, and satisfyingly juicy. Today we're looking at the worst partners from across Reddit. Today I effed up by making my boyfriend a Tinder account, posted by Jessie5681. Okay, so this actually happened a couple of weeks ago. Basically, my boyfriend suffers from pretty low self-esteem. It's not like he's too bothered about his looks, but he rates himself 5 out of 10 at best. Obviously, I think he's gorgeous and handsome, but even though I've been saying this for years, he doesn't believe me. So, for some stupid reason, I decided to show him that other girls would find him attractive by making him a Tinder account. I set up an account for him, made a bio, and just started swiping. After a day, he got around a dozen matches on Tinder. I showed this to him, and he immediately became more confident and thanked me for the whole gesture. Cue my surprise when, a couple of days later, I checked the Tinder account that I'd basically forgotten about and found a ton of messages sent to the girls my boyfriend had matched with. I confronted him and he denied it, but these messages even included promises to meet each other. Obviously, we broke up. Out of curiosity, I checked the Tinder account again, and this breakup has clearly not slowed him down one bit. So now, the Tinder I made for him not only broke us up, but is now helping him navigate his newly single life. Lol. If anyone needs help with their Tinder, hit me up, because apparently I'm pretty good at this. Am I the a-hole for driving away without my wife because she can't plan? Posted by ForwardClock9113. For the past week, my wife and I have been looking forward to a baseball game that we'd already bought tickets for. We like baseball, but we don't attend many games, so travelling into the city to see a game is a rare treat. I know though that it would take time to drive there and find parking due to traffic. Because the game started at 7 PM and we live about 45 minutes from the stadium, I told my wife this morning that she needs to be ready to get in the car and go by 6 PM. Well, my wife is an avid gamer, so she was engrossed in her latest video game when the clock struck 5:45. She's struggled to plan in the past, and I get tired of reminding her that she needs to budget her time to get ready. It's as if she has no concept of time at all, similar to a young child. And I'm starting to see why you've been labelled the a-hole. Well, I was ready to go by 6 PM, and she was in the bathroom. I saw this as an opportunity to teach her personal responsibility, so I simply left the house without saying a word, got in the car, and started driving to the game. Wow. I've got to say, if you're just screaming at the idea of teaching your wife a lesson, maybe it's time to seek therapy. It took my wife a few minutes to figure out what I'd done, but when she called me, she was absolutely furious. She said that it was completely unacceptable of me to leave without telling her, and that now she had no way to get to the game without paying for parking. I told her I got tired of constantly waiting for her, and that she would plan better next time if she didn't want to get left behind. I also reminded her that I had told her that morning when I expected her to be ready to leave. Absolutely none of this seemed to matter though, as she really hung up on me after yelling more insults. Frankly, I think it's completely insane that a grown woman is unable to budget her time, and I'm starting to suspect that she's doing this on purpose, because she's a narcissist who expects me to accommodate her. After all, she's not a dumb woman, she has a science degree. Well, she never showed up to the stadium, and I didn't hear from her all game, but when I got home, there was a note on the door. She told me I wasn't welcome in the bedroom, and that I should sleep on the couch. I can't believe that she wants to be this much of a pill. If I'd waited for her, I'd have missed the first pitch. I made my expectations clear, and she couldn't be bothered to meet them. I feel like she should be apologizing to me. Am I the a-hole? Oh, what the hell? She might have literally been ready, which you'd have known if you'd actually said something. You're treating your wife in this weird, demeaning way. I was gonna say like a child, but you shouldn't even treat a child like this. You said it took your wife a few minutes to realize what you did. It sounds like she was basically ready. It's not like she only realized you were gone an hour later. But you just jumped to the opportunity to teach her a lesson. Down in the comments, Osmoose says, "You're the a-hole. I wouldn't have blamed you for leaving, but you should have told her. Honey, put your shoes on, I'm leaving. How hard is that? Who cares if she's dumb or has a science degree? It has nothing to do with punctuality, and it can happen to anyone to not see time go by. You're the a-hole because you know your wife, and you knew she wouldn't be ready, and you left on purpose to punish her. Enjoy your couch! My husband crossed the line at his bachelor party. Our next story comes from the Relationship Advice subreddit, posted by Refuse Delicious 1972. My husband, 30 male, and myself, 30 female, have been married for 1 year. We've been together for 10 years total. He's not someone who regularly goes out to strip clubs. He's only gone a couple times during our entire relationship. I've always been very clear about my boundaries. I would accept the occasional visit, as long as he isn't spending an obscene amount of money, no lap dances, and no touching, him touching them or vice versa. I recently learned that he received numerous full contact lap dances over the course of his 4-day bachelor party weekend. They went to a strip club each night. He wouldn't confirm the actual number of dances he received and said that the other partygoers paid for them, 10 other people. But he did say that he'd gotten more than one dance each time they went. I'm assuming this means he received at least 10. He also confirmed that he was touching their butts and their boobs. Apparently, the guys gave him a large amount of cash to use at the strip club on the last night as well. I also discovered that he'd gone to the strip clubs several months before this, but just hadn't told me about it. He's got a history of lying by omission. They also went to a couple of regular clubs, and because of the above, I have a hard time believing that he wasn't acting inappropriately there as well. Thinking about all the possibilities that he hasn't admitted to makes me feel sick. I'm absolutely devastated. I consider this cheating and no longer trust him at all. I don't know if this is something I can get past, and I'm so embarrassed to be heading towards divorce so soon after being married. He said he knew I'd be upset, but didn't think that I'd be as upset as I am. This is BS, as I reiterated my boundaries a week beforehand. He usually is an amazing partner, so this has really blindsided me. Anytime we spoke about lap dances in the past, he said he had no interest in them, so I thought we're on the same page. How do you overcome something like this? Too long didn't read. My husband received numerous full contact lap dances over the course of his bachelor party trip, with the full knowledge that this was something that I'm not okay with. I don't know what to do. Down in the comments, Cultural Shape 3518 says, he said that he knew I would be upset, but didn't think that I'd be as upset as I am. Translation, I don't respect you enough to take your feelings into consideration before doing what I want. I just care that there won't be any lasting consequences if I get caught. He had the whole 4 days to rethink that philosophy, plus the totally unrelated excursion and the general history of lying by omission, and just kept right on going. That doesn't sound fixable to me. Yeah, that's how I read that line too. It really doesn't matter what the actions were. If it's something he knew would hurt you, and you've said was a boundary for you and the relationship, crossing it was a huge sign of disrespect. The trust is broken. That's a deal breaker. My 32 female, husband 34 male, won't give me access to his income/bank account, posted by a throwaway account. My husband is the sole income earner. We agreed 8 years ago that I would stay home with the kids and he would provide. I worked a minimum wage job previously, so my entire income would have gone to daycare costs for our 2 kids. We now have 3. For the past 8 years, I've not had access to his income/bank account, even when he was working out of the city/province. Anytime I needed anything for the kids or the house, I would have to talk to him to e-transfer me some of the money or pick it up himself if he happened to be home. I don't get to see how much his checks are, so I can't properly budget because I don't know how much is coming in. Some of our bills aren't getting paid, and some have added up so significantly due to the said non-payment that it's going to take us a long time to pay down the balance. This has also resulted in a massive drop in my credit score because a few bills are in my name. A few days ago, I brought this up with him again and said it's frustrating that I still don't have access to the income, and I feel it's demeaning to have to ask for money constantly. I asked him why he won't give me access to it, and he said, I don't know, I'm just weird about it. This is the same reason I get if I ask to borrow his phone. That's a whole other story. Based on how the conversation went, he has zero intention of giving me access to the income, and I'm not sure what to do. I'm feeling pretty lost and pretty frustrated at this entire situation, and I'm hoping for some guidance. I have considered finding a minimum wage job, but again, my income would only end up covering the daycare costs. I plan to go back to school, but it's gonna take me a number of years before I'm earning my own income, and I can't live like this until then. How can I best navigate this to find a solution? Would it be beneficial to sit down with him and further discuss why he's weird about allowing me access to his income? Are there better/other questions I should be asking? Too long didn't read. My husband won't give me access to his income and has no intention to, and I'm feeling pretty lost. Why is he so secretive and controlling with their money? Is it just about keeping his wife under his thumb? Or is something else going on? Why are the bills suddenly not getting paid? Does he have a gambling problem? Or a mistress? Remember, I post new content every day, so subscribe for more juicy tea.